Here we go. Welcome back to Scooped Up by an S-Rank Adventurer. Anime Review, episode number 9. Well, the thing with this episode's title is, it's the first title for this whole series so far where Lloyd is not in the title. Usually it's Lloyd something. This is the first one where it's not Lloyd. It's called The S-Rank Adventurers Strive to Get Stronger. Okay. Here's the focus characters of this episode, because last episode it was Dottis and Celicia, I think it was. This one is basically Yuri and Cross, because Lloyd has had a ton of development over the course of the previous episodes. So for Cross, this is basically his involvement in the whole episode. He's thinking about getting stronger, because we started him, and then he just happens to run into a young boy with a ponytail, which I thought this was a girl. Nope, it's definitely a boy, which they don't exactly reveal his name. He apparently is E-Rank Adventurer, which means he's basically like second from the bottom. Usually, sometimes they usually are F or E-Rank, obviously. And he apparently is very nervous. He's an archer. And, well, he probably sees Cross as probably just a fellow bomber adventurer, despite he really is not. So, and then he goes to Adventurers Guild in the town. They go on a quest to eliminate pink slimes, which at first basically you have Cross just eliminate a couple of them, and then of course he tells the guy with him, you have to do it too, because we're basically doing this quest. At first, basically, it seems like this archer, he seems like a shop he's missing. So eventually he does hit one of them, slice up top, but doesn't get the core. Eventually they ever hit all of them, and then the spider Illumina spider shows up, and Lloyd it's Cross, oh, maybe Rapfire, nope. It's basically like pulling things out of storage. Of course, he basically does a storage spell. And then of course, with the quest completed, the boy is shocked at the fact that Cross is an S-Rank Adventurer. But I'm sure probably during a party, and, well, there's that. In the case of Yuri, basically, she's like, ooh, I want to try some sweets. And like, oh crap, I may be putting on some weight. But she's in combat. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, she doesn't look chubby at all, and I've seen women who are chubby, and I would say she's a tad bit chubby, but she's not overweight. I mean, she does swing a sword, so I'm sure she probably burns calories doing that. So, and then we see this rich noble woman being like, oh, because someone dare cross their path, so kill him! Kill this young child. So Yuri steps in, battles the guys, no problem. Like, oh, that's Yuri. Yet that woman became S-Rank Adventurer quickly. And then she gets trapped by another ally. And then we have this mysterious woman show up, freeing her and taking all the guys, no problem. And of course, they proceed to flee. And it turns out this woman, okay, so apparently her code name is Lilith. And when she mentions Lloyd to her, She basically gets curious. Now, is this Marilyn, his master in disguise? No, it's not. It's really the end of the episode. It's a completely separate person. So, and then she teaches Yuri a particular ability to use mana with her sword, which at first she shows off, and then eventually, and then when she sees, like, oh, she can use storage magic. Like, before being Lloyd, she never heard of storage magic at all. So then she has at first, like, it's good, okay, and then she eventually uses a big amount to eliminate what appears to be a wolf. And then, like, yeah, you did it. And then she gets tired, and she's brought back to the inn. Lloyd himself doesn't really do anything the whole episode. You only see him twice, like 2 or 3 times the whole episode. He doesn't do much anything at all. Like, you see him where he's, like, trying to research magic. Nothing. He's, like, basically hitting a wall. He talks to Claire briefly. Yes, is basically magic used ancient magic? Yes, is possible to learn. Probably not that particular spell, but yeah, unless you inherit it, it's taboo to learn it. Okay, and then later on, he's like, "Oh, I didn't learn much of anything." He's like, "Oh yeah, like oh, that's plenty." And then they all leave. But then the episode ends with Lilith meeting up with Marilyn. Marilyn's like, "I want to go see Lloyd." And she's like, do what you want. Will she get a chance to meet Lloyd again? Find out and see. We only have 3 more to go, and then we're done with this season. And then here's the interesting thing. Yes, I do have 3 anime coming out in October. New seasons. Yes. On Saturday, which is My Hero Academia, Tales of Wedding Rings, and my absurd campfire skill, camp for cooking, and another of my absurd skill. But for all 3 of them, wait for the dub. So, I kind of predicted by the 3rd week, of September, which would be basically the day I go to Shogo Expo, that is when this will wrap up. And then for about a few weeks, Saturday is basically reduced down to about 1 anime, unless of course Case Closed will take a week off. Otherwise, they'll basically the day be free. Friday is still free, surprisingly. I would have thought something would join the interview schedule with basically the upcoming of October, but nothing is joining that day. But we do have an anime coming out on Tuesday. Actually, it's not Campfire Skill. It's what was that one? It was I have to take a look here about this one. Because remember, it was 3 anime October 4th. Oh, it's Rama Half. Yeah, Rama Half. Now, Rama Half, that probably will come out that day because Netflix did it with the preseason of the show where they released the same day. So that's a maybe on that part. But yeah, this should be interesting. Yeah, I thought that was the correct week, but no, it's not. Unless, of course, they decide to move it. Yeah, that should be correct now. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting when it comes to this number, basically, where, like, I think it's going to be probably one week, it's going to be just 1 anime, and that'll be December 27th. But December 4th, I'm adding probably 1, that's probably around a half, of the year or 2. Given the fact these 2 are on Crunchyroll, unless they premiere in the same day, I'm guessing I probably won't get a chance to do these things for dub-wise, probably not until October 18th. Yeah. Probably. But, in the case of this episode, it's good. Loved it. So, yeah, I have 1 more anime left to go, and then pretty much basically, well... Then pretty much basically, right after I finish all my anime, then pretty much basically it is on to, well, back to Ninja. But next up is going to be the Shy Hero and the Assassin Princesses, okay? Next view. Bye.